Like your network is really your network. I really do believe in that.
Meet Collar, also known as Karat K. He's the co-founder of VGKK, a luxury jewellers based between London and Dubai, and the long-time manager of content creator Harry Pinero.
Someone gave me the advice that every person you meet, like when you're doing this little networking thing, tell them to introduce you to 3 more people, and do it every single time.
In this episode, we dive into his story. Growing up in Peckham, his time on the streets, going to prison at 20, and the journey of changing his life and building 2 successful businesses from the ground up.
Started Depop, started selling all my stuff. Within a week, I made like $2,000. I was like, yeah, this is it. This might be my next little side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? But then the clothes ran out. So I was like, hey, what am I going to do now? Like, them sacking me was the best thing that ever happened to me because both businesses started to do.
This is Invisible Mentors.
Welcome to another episode of the Invisible Mentors podcast. My name is Giovanni Dega.
And I'm Sammy.
Invisible Mentors is a platform which sees role models become real models via a series of conversations. We'll be looking to unpack and go into the granular details of some of the stories from prominent figures in the world of sport, fashion, music, entertainment, business, and beyond. The aim is simple. We're looking to pull down the barriers of information by making the unseen become visible and putting the unreachable within reach. That for us is Invisible Mentors. Bro, we got our next Invisible Mentor in the building.
Yes, man, we do, man. We have the co-founder of VGKK Jewelers and the manager of Harry Pinero. Our Invisible Mentors today is none other than Cola. What are you saying, bro?
Clap.
Open. How are you, bro? You good?
I'm good.
Yeah, man, thanks for coming out on the pod. Yeah, man, I'm excited to get into this conversation. Obviously, me and you spoke plenty of times, but it's good to dive deep into your journey today.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm going to kick it off.
Yeah, so obviously every story begins with an origin, right?
Yeah.
And of course of the conversation, we'll be looking to set the scene around obviously who made who you are. Naturally, as we pivot into what we call the pivot, it's always the moment where you kind of fall into the lane you are in now. And then via a series of case studies and analysing various parts of the story, we'll be unpacking the lessons that you learned to hopefully share with the listeners and viewers on today's episode. The origins, South London, Peckham, a British Nigerian household.
Yeah.
What was life like back in the ends, so to speak?
Life was good. I can't it wasn't a hard life or anything. Like it was calm. Like there was nothing. I wouldn't say like, oh, my upbringing was mad because it wasn't.
Okay.
So I mean, my parents, they weren't poor, they weren't well off, but we were good.
What were some of your like early interests? Like what would a young K be getting up to? Let's say secondary school, primary school days. What was your like kind of early hobbies?
Early interest. I was always into art. Like from primary school, always into art, and always into music. Not as like a musician, but like just more around like the in and outs of the music industry. I never ever wanted to be like an artist, or obviously as a kid everyone tries to rap and whatever, but I was absolutely rubbish, so that was never my path. But yeah, it's literally just music and art. Like the arts have always been something that I've just been interested in.
Growing up, school, primary, secondary school, what was that like for you?
Primary, secondary was calm. I was always bad, I can't lie, but I always done well. Like always top marks, in all the top sets. Like I was never like a dunce in school, but I was just bad.
Is it? Why do you feel like in school it was bad? Is it kind of like influences?
I don't know. I don't feel like I was influenced by anyone. I was just a bad kid. I was literally just a bad kid, and yeah.
So looking at secondary school, for instance, which I feel is like, well, formative years come to play. What was like the dynamics? Because obviously being from North, I know there's real like infamous schools in South.
Yeah.
So like, if you feel free to, what was the school you went to in South?
I didn't go to a bad boy school. I went to a dead school. My school. So my school was called C.L. London Academy. Yeah. And it was like a new school. So we were like the first year sevens. So like every year we would be the first of that year.
Okay.
I got kicked out in year 9,
Yeah.
I think. Year 9 going into year 10. But yeah, I didn't go to one of them schools, but all my friends went to them sort of schools. So I used to climb out of school and like go meet my friends.
And when would you say kind of like the street life and stuff started pulling you in?
I would say it was definitely more secondary school, but like, you know, like you go from like year 6 to year 7. That
Yeah.
summer holiday, was where like it was really like that's when it really kind of started. It was nothing too heavy, but it was just like that was the beginning of like, oh, we're making our gang. Our gang is called this, and we're doing this and we're doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing too heavy, but it was just like that was the start of like the mischievousness. I'd say, and then getting into secondary school, it just builds and builds and builds and builds. And so then it gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yeah, it's so interesting because there's a few people that I know that come up from like calm backgrounds or whatever, but obviously fell into that. And would you say that again, it was kind of just the environment that you was kind of in that kind of drew you into that? Would you say?
I'd say it's a bit of both because I had a choice. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like I was dumb in school and like I just had to go that way. Do you know what I mean? Like I definitely did not need to go that way. But I feel like maybe because I'm an only child, I always grew up very rebellious. So it's like I just liked being rebellious, and then that's what attracted me. And what also attracted me to that side of life was like the glitz and the glamour. But even though it's not really glitz and glamorous when you really think about it, but it was just like that feeling of being that guy. I always wanted to be a someone. It's not like I was looking for protection. You know, like people say people join gangs for protection. It was never a protection because I didn't, not acting like I'm the baddest in the world, but it was never, I needed to be protected. I needed to feel safe. No, I just wanted to be bad. I just wanted to be bad. Like,
I get what you're saying.
I guess it comes down to like status.
Status.
Influence, how you want to be seen among your peers.
Yeah, literally.
And I guess one aspect I want to speak to, because all three of us share Nigerian heritage, is like, what was kind of like your, or even speaking to it now, what's like your Nigerian experience with regards to Peckham, South London, the household? How in touch with you are you with your Nigerian heritage, would you say?
I would say in terms of like Nigerian reaction to like my behavior, they never liked it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my dad was never with it, my mum was never with it, and like they both hated it. My mum was more lenient. Obviously, mums are more lenient, but my dad was like a very strict Nigerian. Like he was not. He was all about education. Even though I got all the top marks, whatever. Let me come second in a class or something. It's a problem.
Oh,
I mean, like,
that's so interesting.
Like I used to do very, very well. All the teachers would always say, top of the class, top of the class, top of the class. But it's like, is he the top of the class? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I'm doing all right. Like, I'm doing more than all right. Because bearing in mind, I'm gifted and talented in school. Every top set. Do you know what I mean? But it was just never enough. Like, I remember like I don't want to say secondary school times, and secondary school times I was rebellious. They couldn't make me do it. So in like primary school times, he used to make me go tutoring on Saturdays and Sundays. I used to hate it with a passion. It helped, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I used to hate, all my friends are all playing outside, I'm having to go tutoring. Like, it was dead, I hate it.
That's so interesting because I remember tutoring was such a big impact in my school times. I think I spoke to you about it. It's like, maths, up until like literally year 6 sats, I just couldn't get my head around maths in it. But when I had a tutor, it helped me so much in it. So that's interesting that your dad had you.
Yeah, but I don't think I needed it though.
Okay.
Me personally, I generally don't think I needed it. Obviously, there was definitely a benefit from it, but I don't feel like I was a kid that needed to be tutored. I feel like he was just trying to tutor me to make me the Einstein. I mean, that's not even my path. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like growing up Nigerian, obviously my parents are fully Nigerian, but I feel like I've been Jamaicanized. Like all of my friends, like the majority of my friends, like obviously people say Peckham is a very Nigerian area. A lot of my friends was like Nigerian, a lot of my friends are Caribbean, but I was always just more drawn or just more friends with the Caribbean side of my friendship group. Obviously, I'm still very much in touch with my Nigerian side, but all my friends are Jamaican.
Yeah. Was that ever used against you?
All the time. Like, all the time they say I think I'm Jamaican. Used against me all the time. Even to the point I haven't been to Nigeria. Like my parents never took me as a kid, and I've always said I cannot go to Jamaica before I go to Nigeria because I would never live it down.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen.
They're just not that urge to.
Yeah, like you know what it is. I feel like because my parents never took me when I was younger. I feel like when I go, I have to go and see family that I've never met. So my mum's got family over there I've never, my dad's got family over there I've never met. I'll probably do like a half and half. Half the trip would be family,
yeah.
other half would be turn up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just don't know when it's gonna happen. Because even when I wanted to go last year, my mum was telling me I shouldn't go. So my mum's like mad protective over me because I'm an only child. So it's like,
Oh wow,
telling me, yeah,
that's so interesting.
Nigeria's dangerous. Don't go. You can't go without me. So it's like, you know what? If you don't want me to go, I ain't gonna go.
Okay, fair enough. So funny. I've not been as well.
Never
I'm
been?
due to. Yeah, same kind of thing as
Yeah.
well. Won't get into it, but yeah. So I haven't been as well. But I need to go, to be fair, in it. But yeah.
I've been twice.
Yeah.
So you're the real Nigerian.
and I'm half Nigerian. But one to your point around what Nigeria did for me is like, yes, that the party aspect is there, tour island, living it up, and doing what we see, I guess, as kind of like the new version of Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I feel to really find an essence of like self, who you are, and know your roots, and know where you come from, and almost to feed further into your purpose in life, I would implore you to definitely try and find time to like just, whether it's the village, whether it's the community your parents grew up on, or where your family in Nigeria are, the day, if it's half an hour, if it's an hour, just lay your eyes on it, and then whatever comes to you, let it be. 100%.
I'll do that at some point. I will.
100%. I like to treat life in 5. So from 5, 10, 15, 20 years old, chapter 20 for you. Obviously, you've left school, kicked out in year 9.
Kicked out in year 9, went to centre, still got all my GCSEs, 10 GCSEs, all A to C.
Correct.
I would have got more had I been in school because we were doing like 12 subjects or 15 subjects. So I literally got less, but I still done well.
Yeah, of course.
After that, I dropped out of college. I was just on the roads. Like I couldn't do both.
Okay.
Like I couldn't do both. I'm shot in, so it's like it just didn't work with what I was going on in my life. So to answer your question, when I hit the 20s now, I just was doing what I was doing on the roads, saying whatever. Then I went to jail. 2015 came out, and then that's when I started to do the transition to where I am now. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh yeah, it was jail that made me like change. I just came out and I was still trying to do the same things. It just wasn't working. Before I came out of jail, I had a friend, Giggs' brother. Shout out to Spen. He had a jewelry store called CL Gold. So this is how I start my jewelry journey. So yeah, everyone knows from a young age that I can draw. Like, it's just a known thing that I can draw. So before I've come out, they said to me, yo, I might as well just come. He's got a store now, he's doing the business thing now. I can design, I might as well just come and design, get me off the roads, innit? So I was like, you know what, I might as well do it. So when I came out, I was doing it, but at the same time, I was still dibbling, dabbling, yeah? Then it got to a point and it was just like, this dabbling is not dabbling the way it needs to be dabbling. So I said, you know, let's just, I dropped it out now and just fully focused on that. And then one of the reasons, I think one of the things that drew me to doing it, because that drew me to dropping that out, was like, I'm living, as I've grown up, I've always loved the glitz and the glam, like the celebrity lifestyle, all that sort of stuff, yeah? Now I'm seeing all this, like meeting all these celebrities and going to this party and go to this place and go to this place, yeah? I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is what I want to do anyway. This is where I want to be. I might not be making the money that I could be making on the roads, but
I'm in the right rooms.
I'm safe. I'm not looking over my shoulder in terms of like, oh, the Fed's gonna come nip me tomorrow. I ain't got to think about, oh, I need to stash this here or do this or do, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, it's just a normal life now. Even though I've never had an actual 9 to 5, I wouldn't even call it a 9 to 5 because I'm working with my friend, do you know what I'm saying? But it was like, that sense of calm was just like, you know what, like, I can get used to this.
A question I had is, obviously, in the way you described it, you made it seem so easy to how you were able just to detach yourself from a formal way of living. Speaking to that detachment, what were some of the things in place that allowed you to have that clean cut? Because I know for a lot of people from our background, it's never that easy. And it's either friends pull you back in, your environment pull you back in. Did you literally have to like physically remove yourself from ends? Did you literally have to cut off some people to make it difficult? Like, what was the strategy behind putting yourself in this new environment and it being the only path you're going to follow?
I'll be real, there was no strategy, because the people that I'm around, the people that I was around when I stopped what I was doing, I was still around them. So it's not like I dropped out what I was doing, everything like, we don't want to be your friend no more. It was like, if we was like say 5 years before that, yeah, it would have been a stigma to drop out the road. Oh, he's a nerd now. Like, look what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it got to a point where everyone's getting to a certain age where it's like, this is not really going on no more. Like, some people are still doing it, but you know what it is? It's just like, if you want to leave now, it was easier. Back in the day, it's not like anyone would have done anything to me, but it was just like,
Peer pressure.
yeah, it's peer pressure. I wouldn't have been the cool guy no more. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like one thing that was like a help here was that I remember I don't know if it was before I came out of jail or before I went to jail, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was when I came out or before I went, yeah.
Yeah.
That like I would see people like from school and stuff like that, and these people would be like quote unquote nerds or whatever, yeah. They're not nerds, but I'm just saying like them days there, that's what they'd be seen as. You know what I'm saying? But when I've started to grow up and started to realize, I'm thinking, bro, like me and you in the same school, you're doing this. I'm here on the roads, risking my life. You've gone to uni, done and you're patterned.
Yeah.
This time I'm not patterned. And it's just like, I put to myself, I'm the dickhead. Because I used to look at you, thinking you're a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the... And it's like, fast forward, I'm the idiot. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing that was kind of a bit in my head, yeah. And then a lot of my friends, I guess I was lucky. Not everyone has the same opportunities that I've had, because I don't want to sit here and act like it's easy for anyone to make the same transition I made. Because one thing I'll never do is discount the roads. Like, yeah, it's a stupid decision, it's a stupid thing to be on, but I wouldn't change anything. Like, those are my formative years. A lot of the things that I've learned on the streets and a lot of people that I met in jail have been major benefits for me in a legit world now.
Okay.
So it's like, I got very lucky where like my friends that came off the roads were those guys. So it's like, they've come off the roads, but no one's gonna look at them funny because they were those guys.
Okay.
Like they were them. So it's like, I'm still with these people. So my life hasn't changed in terms of who I'm hanging around with. We're just all legit now. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, some of my friends still aren't legit, at the time still weren't legit, whatever, but it just became, I feel like it kind of became like a new ecosystem. Like, it was the business and the streets were together. If you wanted to go to the Lidgeway, you could go. If you wanted to go to the streets, you could go. It was just like, we all just meshed. Before, it was never like business and street, it was just street. Now, like, some of my friends have become successful, so they've been able to give opportunities, you know what I mean? But not everyone has those same opportunities. So it's like, I can't look at people that's still in the roads and be like, oh, you're a dickhead for still being in the roads, because like, not everyone's as lucky as man. You know what I mean?
No, super interesting. And kind of dialing back to your experiences of like being on the streets, what advice would you give like young kids these days now that are on that path?
Even now, when I say, when I came out of jail, I was older, it wasn't a stigma to not be on the roads. I feel like nowadays it's not a stigma. I feel like it's a stigma to be on the roads nowadays. Like, it's not as cool. Like, before it was like, oh, he's that guy. Now, I'm not gonna say it's totally uncool, but like, normal legit people aren't seen as, oh, he's a nerd or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the way you should be going. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you feel like you don't want to live that street life, before you get too deep in, because sometimes you can get too deep and then you just can't leave, because you might leave, you still got enemies, they'll see you, they break your head. What are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? So that some people are still deep in, but I feel like if you got the opportunity to leave before you get too deep in, I'd say that is my advice, because as bad as the roads is, it's taught me a lot and it's helped me a lot. So I'm not gonna sit here and diss people and be like, get off the roads. You should get off the roads. I'm not glorifying it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna disparage it, if that's even the right word to use.
No, because I think one thing your story, even what we'll continue to speak to, but definitely point now speaks to, is the art of reinventing yourself. And I think that's what we probably need to speak to when it comes to the younger generation. It's like, don't feel because society puts a stigma on you and you're seen to be saying this is all you can become and will become. That's all you can do.
Yeah, that's the right word to use. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. That is probably don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. I feel like I've reinvented myself. So don't be afraid to reinvent yourself.
Obviously, we now see you in a new environment now. You're kind of in the jewellery game at Settle Gold. What was that experience like in terms of like what came easy to you and what was a bit of a cold shock, like rah, like this is a whole different thing. I need to really think about how I'm approaching this space.
I feel like probably the most shocking part, and this is probably gonna sound ridiculous, was just like trying to adapt to a 9 to 5 lifestyle, like having to wake up in the morning early and get to the office. That I was never on time. That's saying like a normal job. Like, I know I could never work a real job because I've never worked a real job in my life. So when I had a real quote unquote real job, even though it was my friend that was employing me, I still couldn't. I feel like maybe if I was in a corporate situation, I would have changed. But because it's my friend, I just took the piss.
Okay,
I'll be honest.
Could always-
It's my friend. I could take liberties. I know like nothing's gonna happen. There's not gonna be no performance.
P45.
There's not gonna be no P45. No performance.
coming to a
probation. There's no HR. There's none of that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's literally just what I was doing before. Legit. So that's literally like it was just. I probably just say that was the biggest shock in terms of ease. I feel like what was easy about it was designing because I'm creative. I'm probably more creative than I am now. But yeah, like the designing and stuff was kind of easy for me. And then I done a course. I didn't necessarily need to do this course, but I done a course while I was there, like working at the same time. So there's a college on Hatton Garden that does jewellery course. I don't know if they even still do it. I was going back and forth because literally across the road from each other. So that's what I used to do. So that kind of helped me learn more things about the jewelry industry.
And did you identify that for yourself, or did someone kind of like put that in front of you?
I can't remember.
Mm.
I can't remember. I might have found it myself, and I can't remember why I would have gone looking for it. And I feel like Spen might have told me to do a course, you know. Yeah, I feel like he told me to do a course, and I found the course.
Okay.
Yeah, and then luckily it was just literally on our doorstep.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the convenience of it kind of helped you commit to seeing it through?
Yeah, the convenience of it, yeah, it did. And because at the time what I was learning CAD, which is computer aided design, along with fine jewelry. And I feel like that really made me understand certain things when it comes to jewelry now. Like I can say I don't feel like it's a necessary course, and my business partner hasn't done a course. He's just as knowledgeable as I am. I mean, like he's learned on the job. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like me doing that course, there were certain things that I understood that, for example, when you make jewelry, you normally, because I could have been doing the whole CAD thing, but I didn't like it. I can't lie. The program's one of them programs. You just sit there and it will just burn your eyes out. It's just a very boring, dull program to use. But what it taught me was that when I go to other people to do my CADs for me, they can't pull the wool over my eyes in certain things. Like certain things they'll try to say they can't do this and other. I know how it can be done. I know how to use this program. Do you know what I mean? So like they might set a pendant in a certain way and be like, yeah, this is as tight as we can get the stones. No, it's not. I know you can get it tighter because I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. That's it. So stuff like that is where it taught me like little things there, because if I didn't learn, I would have learned this eventually. Yeah. But I learned it quicker. Because I had done the course. Do you know what I mean? So there's just little things that I learned. But the course, for the type of jewelry that I do, the course wasn't necessarily the best for that. Do you know what I mean? Because even like the quality of the level of the stuff that they would be making us do, the level that I would do and the level I was doing at Seattle Gold is way higher in terms of like quality, in terms of like craftsmanship. Like I feel like they just taught me about the ins and outs of the industry and like just little things here and there. It wasn't really the nitty gritty that you learn when you're really on the job.
But still some little value.
Yeah, there was value in it. Definitely value in it.
It's all aiding your book smarts in that respect.
Of course. So you're working at Seattle Gold. What happens? You left. When did you got sacked?
I got sacked twice. So,
so friends can sack friends.
Yeah. So you
I got sacked twice. So, but I'm one of them people. You know, like if your boss says this, it's that. But I would argue back, and that's the problem. That was the problem. So, like, if he says the sky is green, it's green. But I'm not gonna say it's green. So that's the problem that we used to battle. So, and it's my fault because really I should be listening to my boss, innit? But I used to always argue back and stuff like that. So it was just like he just got rid of me. Then he rehired me when he opened a new store. Yeah. So he rehired me when he opened a new store. That was getting good. Sacked me again. Same shit. I'm argumentative. Yeah. Cool. But this time, it was like, I said to myself, you know what? I might just do my own thing. And he even encouraged me. He's like, you know what? Like, you think you know it all. Yeah. Like, go and do your own thing. If you're so smart, go and do your own thing. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool, bet. Yeah. But at first, it was kind of daunting because I was like, yo, like, this is a bit mad. You know what I mean? The only thing with jewelry, right, it's difficult to get a leg in is because it's a very trust-based, very trust-heavy industry. Like, you need to
gate kept as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's gate kept because back in the day it would have been gate kept, but like nowadays, you go Hatton Garden, you think you're on the block. So like it's so black, and I don't say this is a bad thing.
But speaking to that, do you feel there's a bit of tension where like the traditional Hatton Garden crowd now look at this as like
They probably don't
we're
like
closing
it.
shop now, we're heading somewhere else, or do you feel like it's been embraced and it's almost like Hatton Gardens is now thriving for the greater diversity?
I wouldn't say it's been fully embraced. I feel like there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
That's more. It's more like there's so many young black jewelers coming up. It's like I don't want to even call it a swarm. That's probably like a bad word to use. But there's so many of us. It's just like you just have to deal with it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, and even to point, sometimes I don't like it because it's like, why does everyone be like? I'm not gonna like. I'm not the first young black jeweler, but I feel like I'm kind of. Obviously, there's cheaper, but I'm saying in terms, and there's cheaper, but I'm saying in terms of like my age group, yeah, I was like one of the first. Don't quote me, but I just from what I remember, I know there's other people, probably one or two other people, but like I'm kind of in that group of like the first new gen of jewelers. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that have been doing it for before man for years. Like people like Chifa, Christmas. There's people that have been doing it, but in terms of like the new gen, I feel like I was kind of like in the first crop, and then now there's loads and loads of them. Some of them are even just as big as me. They're doing their thing. Like it's good to see. You know what I mean? Like, it's great to see. But at the same time, I feel like I feel like a lot of people start jewelry that actually aren't into. To be fair, I started jewelry and I wasn't into jewelry. I'm into it now because I got put into. But I feel like I started because I designed. I have a flair for something that's in that scene. I feel like a lot of people start jewelry because it looks cool. Because if you want to transition from the streets and when you come off the streets, being a jeweler it's like almost like being a footballer. It's cool. It's not like, oh yeah, he's a postman. Not to this postman, you know what I'm saying, but like,
the optics of it.
Yeah, the optics of it. Oh, like you still run the glitz and the glam. Like you're popping, you're lit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why a lot of people become a jeweler because really it is easy. Like it's easy to become one, but it's not easy to be a good one.
Good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people just become jewelers just for the sake of being jewelers. And you'll see people that'll be a jeweler today in 2 months, they're not a jeweler anymore because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But got sacked again, and then I went to embark on my own thing. But this time I remember I was broke. I remember I just got a new car. And then I remember I got sacked and I'm thinking, fuck, how am I gonna pay for this car? Like I literally just got this car. Like I don't think it's even been 2 months I've had this car. Yeah. So then what I done was in the interim to survive, because obviously I wasn't getting mad money from jewelry. Like I said, I was surviving, but I wasn't getting mad money. That means I was like, you know what, cool, I got my paycheck coming in. I'm selling all my clothes. So like I used to buy so much designer clothes. That's probably where the majority of my money went. That's why I didn't have money when he sacked me. So I just started selling my stuff. So I remember I started Depop, started selling all my stuff. Within a week, I made like $2,000. I was like, yeah, this is lit. This might be my next little side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then the clothes ran out. So I was like, hey, what am I going to do now? Like, then what happened was I said, okay, cool. I'm actually going to start doing jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So started doing it, whatever. Started advertising myself as independent. And then things were kind of happening. Like, I feel like because of the experience that I had at Seattle Gold, a lot of people knew me, especially from like, this is another thing I say about Gel. Gel was like a blessing to me because I know so much people from Gel. Like, it made my network ridiculous. So, and then when I went to Seattle now, my network expanded even more. So it was like, when I started my own thing, I was telling people, yeah, I'm doing my own thing now, boom, boom, boom. So then people were starting to come to me here and there, nothing too crazy, but I was just like, I was starting to make my little pieces. I was thinking, okay, this could be a little something, innit? And then this takes me on to how VGKK started. Yeah. So I always had Villani on Snap, but we never actually met. Yeah. we used to talk to each other on Snap, boom, 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 whatever, little conversation, nothing too heavy. And then I think one day we just randomly met on the garden, like just out by chance. And then chopping it up now, and he wanted help with a pendant. He had he was doing grills, and I was doing predominantly pendants, innit?
Okay.
So I'd never done a grill before in my life at that point, yeah. And then met him now, and he's like, bro, he's got his first pendant sale, like, can I help him out, whatever. So cool, I've said, like, cool, helped him out. Pendants come out sick, both proud of it. Then was like, you might as well just join up. You know what I mean? And that's literally how VGKK started.
That's crazy.
Literally.
So just off that one job.
Yeah, literally off that one
guys-
job. Yeah, literally off that one job. Because we knew each other, but not in real life.
Real
You know
life,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
just feel like we were both young, we were both hungry,
Yeah.
and it just made sense. Like we could both tell each other, both trustworthy people. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
I was going to elaborate on that point because I feel sometimes within our immediate circle or people who we cross in life where we share similar interests in, we sometimes forget that we can cover way more ground and have a far bigger reach if we come together.
Yeah, it's really good, actually.
What were some of the things you saw in Villani as a potential business partner that made you realize, you know what, this game which is built on trust, which is built on me basically saying that my brand is your brand as much as it is us together, is going to be with this person. What was it you saw in him that made you realize, you know what, let's make this official?
You want me to be completely honest?
Please.
Nothing. There was nothing that he done or anything that I done. Not as a slight to him, but it's not like we were looking at each other like, yeah, man, my man's knows how to do this and da-da-da and da-da-da. It was
Okay,
just a thing. It was just a whim. Like, it was literally just a whim, like, because
Like, what's worst can happen kind of thing.
yeah, like, what's the worst that can happen? Because in the beginning, we were both like we were still both doing our own thing, like controlling our own stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we're still doing things together, but we both had oversight of what we were doing. So it was like, it wouldn't have been a thing where he could do something funny if I could do something funny, because it wouldn't even affect him.
Like basically,
yeah,
that's
that's saying.
two strands, yeah.
Because at the beginning, we didn't even have an office. So it's like, we're literally just on the streets of Hatton Garden, just doing our dealings. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I can't do nothing funny to you, and you can't do nothing funny to me.
Okay.
But then over the years, then we just grew, like, obviously we just started to hit milestones. Then we're making pendants, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this. But Bolani's always been a sales machine, like, always been a sales machine, him, yeah?
Okay.
So, like, I've been my sales as well, but him, sales machine, yeah? So obviously sales are coming in, boom, 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 boom. Things are building. Now it's time to get office. We can't be doing deals in a car and all this sort of stuff no more, innit? So get our first office now. It was on Farringdon Road, cute little box office.
Huge
Had that
milestone.
now. Is there?
Huge milestone.
Yeah, huge milestone, yeah. Got our first office. Now the office was guarded. I thought that was flexing in the office. I remember that was a flex still. And then
Imagine how you people say, yeah, come to the
yeah,
office.
like proper like neat little spot in it, yeah. But I think compared to where we are now, it's absolutely jazz. But in the beginning, that was the spot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So got that office now, and then after that, the business site kept on building. So at this point, like, we're both like putting in the same effort, building. He's making sales, I'm making sales. He's making more, but we're both making sales and splitting. Like, everything's just running. Like, it's a team effort. Just at the end of the day, so like, he might bring in some, but I'll do the design. So it's like, it's still a team effort thing. So then from that now, we outgrew the office. Then we said, okay, cool, let's get in the office. Funnily enough, our second office was at Seattle Gold's old office. Not just the same building, the same office.
That's
crazy.
Wow.
So now,
What a
full
360.
circle, I'm in the office that I used to work in. Do you know what I'm saying? So done up the office how I wanted to do up the office. This is mine now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So done up the office, cool. Then we was there for like 2 years, I want to say. And then we just carried on powering through. The brand's building. We're getting more recognized and stuff like that. Finding new suppliers. We're just leveling up in everything we're doing. After that, then we moved to a next office, yeah, which was like the big bad boy office, because this office was 1,000 square plus feet. Like, it was just mad, and we spent a lot of money doing that on the rent of that office. Spent so much, man. That was like our we're here moment, because that office, serious office. Yeah, then we get to the new spot now. VGKK were really.
Is this the store that I know that you have been based in? Yeah.
Okay, so VGK were really.
Yeah,
with them guys, and we've really had arrived. Like,
ground
now,
floor, not like
like our name is it's being mentioned amongst
Mentioned.
the greats now. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So
I was gonna ask, Kay, how are you scaling at this point?
Yeah.
Are like, is your team growing? Are you hiring people?
yeah,
Like,
the team was growing. So like we took people on, like so Villani Heidi's brother, and then Keenan KD, he came onto the team as well. But was Keenan at the old office? Keenan was at the old office as well. Yeah, Keenan was in
Okay.
the old office too. So like, as this was happening, we was just like, because Keenan, I went to jewelry school with Keenan. That's how I know Keenan. So like from
Okay.
jewelry school, he's come out. We've got the same sort of interest. We like the same sort of jewelry. So he's joined us. He also does his own thing too,
Yeah.
but he's part of the VGKK family.
Yeah.
So then Villani's brothers also joined, and then Giuseppe, our setter, which is one of probably the best setter in Hatton Garden. He's also
What is a setter as well?
he sets diamonds.
Oh, sets diamonds,
So
okay.
it's funny because I would say I stole him from Seattle Gold, but he used to work for Seattle.
yeah,
And
you
then-
scouted him.
Yeah, so obviously when Seattle stopped making jewelry, Giuseppe like started doing his own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I kept on using him before we even had our first office.
official.
I kept on using him. Like we were both using him for me and Bilal both using him for our jobs, whatever. Then when we moved into our first office, our second office, Giuseppe had it was two sides to the office. So we had one side, Giuseppe had his side. So then Giuseppe just rolled with us the whole time. Like New York next office, Giuseppe's with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's got his spot, we've got our spot. That's just part of the family.
Cool. So you've grown VGKK to where it is now. So obviously winding back. So you was in the music industry
Yeah.
as well. So that was happening
Simultaneously.
simultaneously, isn't it? With it? So how did that scenario happen? How did you
So-
get into?
The reinvention continues.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
So if we rewind now, so how I got into music now. So growing up, Giggs was one of my close friends. So I was always in and around music. Loved always being in the studio, listening to songs, giving my opinion. It wasn't always listened to, but what's his name? So when I got sacked from Seattle Gold, yeah, I feel like either that week or that month, I was with Giggs at an event in Shoreditch in Box Park, yeah. And then I've seen one of my friends that I was with in jail. Shout out to Travis, great guy, yeah. I've seen Travis in Box Park, and Travis also, we both share the love of music in jail. Like we both used to go to, there was a class in school called radio where like you can like make songs and make fake radios. Like we used to make radio, like what was it, like radio shows? Like it was so shit, but it was fun because
Yeah.
like what else? can
And
we do?
was that radio show broadcasted to people inside? Or-
Yeah, but I don't think I ever done a broadcast. I think I just went to the
just to make
Yeah.
basically. Okay, cool.
like I don't think I ever done a broadcast. I don't know if did I? No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I don't know why, but there was no particular reason.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
just don't think I did. So we got close in radio, and then when I've come out and I've seen him at Box Park, I think that's the first time I've seen him since I've come out. I'm like, yo, Travis was saying good that it is that. Yeah, well, I don't know if he was either working at One Extra or he was working at a label. But he did used to work at One Extra. But at the time when I saw him, I don't know where he was working. But he's like, yeah, I'm working in music now, yada yada. I'm like, yeah, I just lost my job. Like I kind of, like I've always loved music. I'm gonna get into music, yeah. So you know what? Bet I'm gonna introduce you to some people, yeah. So I was like, cool. At this point, I'm not
Expecting
anything. Like, I'm just like, okay, cool, combo, whatever, yeah. Then he's introduced me to a couple people over email, yeah. And then these people have replied. So it's like, okay, cool, I'm speaking to them. They're like, yeah, come, let's meet for a coffee, whatever. So cool, I'm going around meeting all these people. Now I'm going into buildings. I've always loved that. See, one thing I'd say, yeah, one thing that used to always intrigue me about the music industry is that I never used to understand how people get signed. I used to always think like, where did this person come from? How did they discover you? Like, how are you now famous and your songs on MTV and I never used to understand that, yeah? So then now I'm meeting people. I'm going to Universal. I'm going to Sony. I'm going to Warner. I'm saying like, oh, okay, so this is the whole,
This is how
it works. You know what I mean? And then meeting all these people. And then one thing, I don't know, was it Travis that gave me this advice? Was it Priya? I think it was Priya, you know. That's now one of my good friends in music, Priya, that I met through Travis, one of my closest friends. Someone gave me the advice that every person you meet, yeah, like when you're doing this little networking thing, tell them to introduce you to 3 more people, yeah, and do it every single time. So every single time I'd meet people, have coffees, speak about music, my interests, whatever, they would introduce me to 3 more people. So then I started to build a network, like, and it's like, it was happening very quickly. Like, I wasn't, Like I kind of felt like I was becoming someone in music. I was like, right, like I know all these people at these labels and da. So meeting all these people, whatever, whatever. But one thing I would say as well, obviously you still got to start small, but try your best to get to the decision makers, because when you're being introduced to people, yeah, some people, they will give you good advice or whatever, whatever, but they might not be able to make a decision to give you a job. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just like have that as a thing when you're meeting people. So intro to bare people like yada, and meeting loads of people, and then I'm building my network now. I got a job at Island Records. I would say it was a bit of nepotism because gigs were signed there, so it wasn't hard for me to get my job. Do you know what I'm saying?
But hey, like again, like it's so important of utilizing your network, because
like,
the bottom line is not every road is just like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
you have to
utilize.
Your network is really your network. I really do believe in that. And then part of it as well, I don't want to act just like I just got the job because of who I know. That is definitely a big part of it. But one thing, a lady that also worked at Island at the same time, a girl called Adele, shout out to Adele, she saw me at a couple of industry events, yeah, and she went to Island as well, and she saw me how I was speaking to everyone. So like, for example, like you've met me at Island once, like she met me at Island in a little meeting, whatever. Didn't really know much about me. And the next time you see me, I'm backstage at Wireless, and it's like, who's this guy? He's now backstage at Wireless. He's talking to everyone. He knows everyone. So it's like, she's preeing me, because she said it to me. She's preeing me, saying like, bro, like, you know everyone. So one thing that you really helped me in terms of getting my job was because the label would see, people at the label could see I knew everyone. So like everyone they were trying to sign, I either knew their friend or I knew the artist directly. So it's like, this guy, he knows people, so he can, as an A&R, he can help bring talent in and get deals over the line. So cool, got my job at Island now. And it was a very, very good experience. I loved it. It was fun. I didn't really get a lot of support in terms of like, I feel like, it is not to diss anyone, but I just feel like I could have been taught better, because I didn't know exactly what the role of an A&R was. I thought when I started, I thought it was that I just find the talent. Yeah, some A&Rs just do that. But I feel like the ones that do that, they've earned the right to just do that. Do you know what I mean? So, but I thought that's all it was. So when I've got into the job now, there's a lot more to it. Like I'm having to make the record. I'm having to like listen to the song back, hearing the mix. This isn't right. This needs this and this needs that. That wasn't like that wasn't.
I didn't sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. I'm like, what is all this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when I realized I was shit. So what's happened? So I'm starting to realize that I don't really know how to make a record. Like they don't like they're looking at me sideways like, what's my man? Do you know what I mean?
You've seen that actually this is not my strength.
Yeah, like this is not my strength. Yeah, I recognize it wasn't my strength.
Yeah.
But one thing that I was good at was spotting talent. I was good at that, because a lot of people that are big now, I spotted them and the label never supported me. So like, I'm not saying I discovered them, but I was onto them early. Like Odile, I was onto Odile early. Label didn't support me on that. Cat Burns, who signed to Synth 93, I found her before Synth 93 found her. Actually, I don't know. I can't say 100% did, but I was onto it very, very, very early. Yeah. Label didn't support me. She went on to have a #2 single. She's on to be man successful. I told the label from early we should be looking at Central C. I'm not saying I didn't discover Central C. I'm not saying that, but in the beginning stage, I liked to the label like, this guy, I feel like he can be the guy. They're like, nah, I feel like we should be looking at other artists. I was like, and if I'm not gonna say who they were saying we should look at, but the person who they're saying should look at, I'm thinking, this guy, really? Like, the guy's doing okay now, but he's not Central C level. You know what I'm saying? And like, who else was there? There's a couple other people, I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a couple other people that I was just saying like, this person, and I was never really supported, yeah? Then Alex is now giving me Sneakbo. So he signed Sneakbo. And then,
is that Twin?
Yeah, Twin.
Okay.
Yeah, he's now signed Sneakbo. So now I'm working on the Sneakbo project. But this project, I actually done well on this project. Like, I got him his first silver single, and I actually A&R'd that song. I say, so Love is a Gamble, listen to it on Spotify, Sneakbo, Killer
Love is a Gamble.
Yeah. I A&R'd that song. I need to get my plaque for it. So I've got plaques, I've sold records, but I haven't got that plaque. Yeah. Also worked on the Unknown T record, helped with the radio edit. But I remember when Unknown T Hamilton B, when it came out, obviously it was on fire. Island signed it, but it was too dirty for radio. Okay. So I helped rewrite the song and just switch little words, boom, 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 do this, say this, switch the whole thing. I'm not like I wrote the song, I did. Okay. But I made a radio edit for the song. Just have a plaque for that. Done all the work at Ireland, whatever. Then COVID hit. Yeah. No, before COVID hit.
I'm saying, before we even get to COVID, like this journey you're on now,
Yeah.
what are you learning about yourself? Because I've sensed this. You're very self-critical to the
Yeah.
point where it's like, all right, this ain't good for me. I move on quickly. I understand to become better. Move forward. What other things you learn? Can I remember set a goal, talk punctuality, not showing up late. How are you still operating as you always have been, and it's just in an environment which better suits it, or have you actually changed certain things about you at this stage?
I want to say I was probably more punctual, but I wasn't full time anyway, and I didn't used to have to start till like 10. So it was easy to get to work. And the reason why it worked with jewelry is because Hatton Garden is 2 stops away from King's Cross.
Okay.
It's where a Universal building is. So I could just, in my breaks, go to the garden, do what I need to do, come back. I can come back a bit later. I used to make everything work. It used to work fine. So I feel like maybe I got more on top of like just being more punctual and just being a bit more serious. Even though I was rubbish at my job, I was still trying to do it. I just wasn't doing it well.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So, to their standards anyway. Yeah. So, doing all of that stuff now, and then there was rumors swirling around label. Yeah, Alex and his brother, they're getting a label, 0207 Def Jam. But they denied it for the whole time. Yeah, the whole time. I used to think, why are you denying this to me? Because I know it's true. And I'm thinking, you have to deny this because you're not taking me with you. Yeah. You're not taking me with you, yeah? And you didn't take me with you. And it's like I didn't deserve to be taken. I was Jazz. You shouldn't have taken me with you, which is fine. But when he left now, it was around COVID time. Like, he's left now and the COVID hit. Boom. When he's gone, I'm like, yep, I'm dead. I'm dead meat. They're going to get rid of me. Yeah? Because now my protection is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you couldn't touch me. Yeah? Alex is gone. My Lord and Savior has flown. Has flown the nest. Yeah? So cool. He's gone now. Then what's happened? I remember lockdown's hit now. And then so we're doing all the meetings over Zoom. But before, our meetings were kind of separate because Alex headed up the urban division. So it used to be me, Alex, and the rest of the urban division, yeah? Now Alex is gone, the urban division is now defunct. So now we're all the meetings are together now. So I'm starting to, obviously I knew everyone on the label anyway, but they didn't know me. Do you know what I mean? So now they're starting to hear from me more and see what I bring to the table, and they're just seeing that I don't bring a damn thing to the table. Yeah,
I was going to tell me that they see what I bring to the table, but I don't bring a damn thing.
I'm not bringing Kim to this table. Yeah. So what's happened now? I feel like that's when I start to get a bit exposed. Yeah. Because before I was protected. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now, but at the same time, it kind of did make me work harder because at that time that's when I discovered Cat Burns. Yeah. So I keep on saying this. I don't want to put it out there like I discovered her. That's when I came across her. Yeah. I remember I saw her, it wasn't TikTok, it was a reel of her singing a song, yeah. And I was like, this girl is it. She's a star. Yeah. So contacted her, got in contact with her, got in contact with management. Then I played it in a label meeting, yeah. And this was nearly my saving grace, to be fair. I played in the label meeting, they're like, bro, this is a good one. And because she's not the typical music that they expect me to bring, they probably expected me to bring drill, rap, R&B. I bring something different. They're like, okay, cool, yeah. So they kind of were taking it seriously. And during COVID, we were doing the meetings. They could have taken it a lot more seriously. If they wanted to win that deal, they could have won that deal. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe if it wasn't me that was the catalyst behind the whole Cat Burns thing, maybe if it was a different A&R, they probably might have pushed for it more. We'll go to the meeting, but they weren't really taking it seriously. So then, cool. So then after that now, Annie, shout out to Annie, I think she was head of A&R, or she was a big position in the label, yeah. Then I remember she's called me one day, after the meeting, I didn't know your music taste was so broad. I thought you just liked this type of music, but it's I want to start working with you more because now I can see potential in you. So I think, okay. A couple of weeks later, boom, 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 gone. Yeah, they sacked me. But I still saw it coming. I knew it was happening. Even when Annie said what she said, I wasn't there thinking, okay, yeah, I'm safe now. But I felt a bit safer, but I didn't feel safe. Yeah. When they got rid of me, my contract had come to an end and they didn't renew, I was like, I knew it. I just said, I'm going full throttle on Harry and Jewellery. Yeah. And them sacking me was the best thing that ever happened to me because both businesses started to boom.
Just before you get deep into that, you said Harry. Yeah. How did that story start? And again, I just feel like there's so many different businesses that you're
there's
setting up
so
at the same
many-
time, which is sick in it. Do you know what I mean? But so was Harry during when you was at
So
Highland?
Harry was during Island, so there was a time when Harry was starting to go viral. Like this is before he even, I can't remember how many followers he had, maybe about 20K or 50K or something. Like he wasn't big, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's starting to go viral, starting to bubble a little bit. Then his Instagram gets hacked. And I remember the person who hacked his Instagram, they're taking the piss out of him. They're DMing him saying, ha ha, I take your Instagram. And they're just trolling him. Yeah. And then, Instagram, they're the most notoriously difficult company to get hold of when it comes to support, when it comes to tech support anyway. Yeah. So he's been trying for days to get his gram back, can't get it back. I don't know what made him shout me, but one day he's like, yo, Collar, like, you work at a label, innit? Like, can you help me get my gram back? Yeah. I was like, yeah, cool, I saw that. Got his Instagram back within 20 minutes. And he's been trying for days. Yeah. Go about like that. So then he's like, you might as well manage you. So I'm like, you know what have I got to lose in it? Like, let's just see it. I didn't have dreams and thoughts about we can do this, that, and the other. I was like, let's just see.
Yeah.
And then started now, and then within like, I would say within the first 30 days, we got our first email for something to a paid opportunity. And I remember that paid opportunity, this was when TikTok was new, it's something to do with TikTok. And I remember they didn't pay us on time. And I remember that was my first corporate beef. Because I was running them down for this money. I was like, yo, big man, where's the money? Obviously, I didn't say that, but now I'm using my professional speech, whatever. Got the money paid eventually. And then from there, it was just up from there. Like, literally it was just from goal to goal to goal, like milestone.
So Harry's had a crazy trajectory over the years. What would you say was some of like the catalyst to some of those moments?
Some of the biggest things we've done at the Jordan campaign, like he was like the first like content creator to like be a Jordan ambassador, hosted the Brits red carpet, I think twice. He hosted the LA BET Awards in LA twice, the red carpet, done that. We've had TV shows, multiple TV appearances, multiple brand deals with just like big multi-billion-dollar companies. So what else have we done? There's so much things we've done. Like I can't even just quantify. It's like we've just done loads of things. Loads of things.
And like what helped to get to those places? Because obviously you've, like you said, you picked it, like you started managing when you was at 20K followers. Were there specific things strategically that you guys were doing that kind of got you to those specific positions?
I feel like everything we were doing, we were learning on the job.
Okay.
Like everything, we learned everything on the job.
Same
One
here.
thing that I made sure that that was one of my main things, that everything we have to do has to be sexy. In terms of like, if we're doing like how can I put it? Like, okay, a Jordan brand deal, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Another brand, I'm not gonna say another brand's name, but it's not really sexy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like hosting a Brits red carpet, that's sexy. So I was very selective with like the things that we would do. Like, so a lot of things will come through and I'm like, the optics of that don't look great. The money's not great. Obviously, some things you do for the money, because sometimes the money is insane, so you just do it.
Of course, it makes sense.
But a lot of the times I'm very selective. It's like, we don't need to do that. That's not gonna benefit your career in any way. Like a lot of things I'd say, some things like the money might not be great, but I'll be like, okay, cool, I think we should do this because this could make us get to here. This is a stepping stone for this. And a lot of times, sometimes those stepping stones don't even bang. Like you think it's a stepping stone, it doesn't bang. But it's still good to do them, because when they do bang, like, because 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do, it's not always the thing, but that one time it will be. So I feel like that was like my strategy, was just being very selective in the things that we do.
Catch yourself too.
And just like making sure, like I said, everything just had to be sexy, image-wise, everything we was doing, like it just had to be sexy. That's the best way I can describe it.
And it's simple, isn't it?
That's the best way I can describe it.
So that brings me to like now looking at your role in this kind of like ecosystem, which is Harry Pinero's world.
Yeah.
But when you look at now the aspect of deals and how they're structured, you may want to pick another one, but let's use the Jordan one for example. Look at the inner workings of how that comes together. Could you give us a bit of a walkthrough from the first point of contact, in case of, did they get in touch with you? Did you get in touch with them? and then how that kind of snowballed to what we now see as him being one of their first ambassadors in the UK?
It was they contacted us. So like, what would normally happen? A brand, because we still are now, but then we were on fire, on hot demand. Like the emails are just flying through. I'm saying, so every other day something's coming through. So obviously selected, like I said, with what we do. So that one came through. We met with the team. We liked what they would do, what they wanted to do with us. Had a couple of meetings, like the vision, and then literally it wasn't like very complicated. Because not like when they send the contract over, because I've been dealing with contracts for a long time now, I can read a contract and understand it. It's only our really high figure deals I will send to our lawyer because we employ very like good lawyers. But 9 times out of 10, I understand most of the jargon anyway.
Yeah.
So went through the contract. Can't remember. There was probably things in it that I don't like. I don't accept everything in the contract. I'm like, take out this, take out that, take out this, take out that. Change this. I want this to be that.
Even to that point, is like I feel sometimes a lot of people just, oh, it's Jordan, we're just gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Are you always of a point where if I don't like it, I always
Yeah. If I don't like it, I'm not doing it. But like in the beginning stages, I'd say like I feel like that came with experience though, because had like Jordan came in the first month and they wanted 10,000 years exclusivity and they pay you £50 a month, I would have said yes. Do you know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, it's still the fucking
and Jordan's every month.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and 2 Jordans every month. I said, yeah, bet. This sign me up. Yeah. I would have done it. But then with experience, you start to learn that working with brands, yes, a lot of them don't care. Like, in terms of like, you might be hot now, that's how they want to work with you. But then in terms of if something goes wrong or something, whatever, like, they will drop you at the turn of a hat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they will not pet to drop you. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I started to learn, okay, these labels, like some brands do love you. Like, there's brands that we work with that genuinely have love for us. Like, and I know, like, I talk to them on a daily basis. We banter, that sort of stuff. It's not just a business relationship. You know, we're genuinely friends. Do you know what I mean? But there's other brands that I've worked with and I've never met them. Like, everything's always been over email. It's always been transactional, always over email. If they walk past me in the street, I wouldn't even know that person. Like, I wouldn't know nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So even sometimes I might have met them 1 or 2 times, but the vibe is saying vibing because we're not brethrens like that. Do you know what I mean? But there's other brands we've worked with that we still continue to work with. Like, those are man's people. Like, they actually have a genuine care for us. Do you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're getting what you want from this deal. Like, if the money's not crazy, don't settle for something that you know you don't want to do. Like, always make sure your exclusivity terms are not super long. Because another thing that brands usually try to do, they try to lock you in for a long exclusivity. If they try to lock you in for that, you need to make sure the money makes sense for the money that you're going to lose out on potential other work. Do you know what I mean? So there's loads of little caveats, like how they're using the intellectual property, if you own this, if they own that, who owns what, how long can it be used for, because there's even like issues with an issue that I've been dealing with now, but it's just so difficult to sort out. We've done a campaign with a hotel years ago. Yeah, this campaign was supposed to be a 12-month term. People are calling me to this day. I saw this video in this hotel. I saw this globally. It shouldn't even be up anymore. Like, and it's even like with players. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it's like with a team, and those players don't even play for that team anymore. So that's even more why it shouldn't be there. But like, you gotta just make sure that these brands just don't run away with your IP, because they're still using that, promoting that and things. Yeah, I'm not gonna act like it's bringing them loads of sales or loads of business or whatever, but it's doing something for them.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
still
like,
using it.
you gotta protect your IP, protect your image rights. Don't give away too much. Like, if the money's not life changing, don't give away, because a lot of times these brands will budge. Like, they will budge, especially if it's not like a crazy money deal. They will budge, and if they really want you, they will budge. So like, just don't settle. Like, go back and forth as much as you can.
And it's so funny, just dialing back. So you were saying that there's some brands that you've got really good relationships. How have you built those relationships to where they are now? Because I feel like that's super important, especially in our talent management industry, is like building genuine relationships with people within the industry, because you could build the longer term. And also I've seen like a lot of the work that you guys have done where I see some long-term partners that you've worked with over the years. What would you say like are some lessons or advice to like building those relationships?
I feel like the relationships we've built, they've all come around naturally.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say like All the times when I've tried to make relationships, I'm like, okay, I need to be around this person or meet this person because they can do X, Y, Z. Nothing ever comes from it. So like we might do work here and there, but it won't be like a long lasting thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like these relationships will happen naturally, and you'll know who cares about you when it's that time. Do you know what I mean? Because like when someone doesn't give a heck about you, know. Because when they care, you know. So like you just gotta build these relationships naturally, and just like I don't want to say wear your heart on your sleeve, but just be open to meeting new people and trying new things, and you never know who's gonna be your ally in this world. Do you know what I'm saying? So just be open and just let it happen naturally.
At this stage now where you and Harry are now speaking with big brands, big corporates, or doing kind of like global campaigns, where's your kind of like refuge of information? Like, where are you going to? Is it like, who's your circle at this point of like people, I guess not in camp, but outside of camp, where it's like, how do you do pattern this? Or how do you go about doing this? Or were you always a case of, if I need to learn it, I literally go and find out myself?
So, like I said at the beginning, I'll just literally learn. Like everything I know now, I learned on the job. Obviously, along the way, people I probably like Stormzy's old manager, one of my good friends called Toby. I used to speak to him about a lot of things, like coming up in the whole like when it comes to content. I'm trying to think, was there anyone else? So, yeah, it was mostly him in the beginning, and then there's a guy called Taff that used to head up the Wall of Comedy. He used to be another person I bounce off like for advice and stuff like that. And then even Sammy, I asked Sammy, so cause I said to Sammy all the time, I'm still learning because I feel like I'm not even though I've been in this a long time and I've been very successful in it. There's things that I don't know how to do, or there's certain things that I don't know because a lot of the things I've said to Sammy a lot of times that even though I know I've done a lot of hard work to get to where I am, I feel some people might disagree with me, but I feel a lot of things have been handed to me. So some things I haven't been able to learn because it's just been given to me. It's just like here. Do you know what I'm saying? So certain times I've had to go backwards and be like, okay, cool. Like even what we're doing now, I don't know if I'm jumping here, but like in terms of like Harry's focus now, what we're focusing on now heavily is on YouTube. So like we're really focusing on building our own ecosystem. So as much as brands are important and brands can give you money, you need to build your own ecosystem. Because if these brands decide not to deal with you tomorrow, you need to have something that you own. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, to these brands, you're a gun for hire. They'll hire you and that's it. Like it's a one and done. A lot of these brands are one and done and there's no care in it, there's no love in it. So you need to have your own thing. So like when it comes to like YouTube production and just like video production, I've been asking Simon a lot of questions. Now I wouldn't say I'm full of a pro, but we've been doing pretty good recently. So like like I'm not afraid to learn. That's one thing I never advise. Like don't think that as big as you are or whatever that you can't still continue to learn. Because I'd be on the phone to Sammy for age like, how do you do this? How do you do that? There's things that other people will think that I know, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the finished article. I don't think anyone is the finished article. Actually, they are finished article, like, let's be real. But I'm still on my way to becoming a finished article, I'd say.
It's funny because I know, like, obviously you're speaking a lot recently with regards to like what you're planning, even what I'm doing as well. So, like, over the past few months, like looking as an insider in our industry, like the views on Harry's YouTube channel, like what you're saying is you guys have been executing. What has kind of been the strategy that you have kind of put in place this year that you maybe didn't do before? Because I know like Harry would do quite a few videos on YouTube, then you wouldn't see him post for a while. What has kind of changed? What kind of structures have you guys put in place?
I feel like the big change is the hunger, because I feel like I'm gonna touch on it shortly, but I feel like you realize that you can't rely on just the outcome. I mean, the outbound emails coming through and whatever. So you kind of realize that, bro, like, yeah, we're doing well, but like I said, we need our own thing happening. So, and YouTube is something, I feel like the reason why Harry wasn't so on YouTube in the first, because originally he's not a YouTuber. Originally, Harry is a presenter. I mean, but his friends, the Chunks, the Darkest Mans, they got him into doing YouTube. So it's like his love was there in the beginning, but it wasn't like a strong passion of his. Do you know what I mean? So then in the beginning of this year, we were just like, we kept, every single year we've been saying, let's focus on YouTube. We'll do 1 or 2 videos and then it will just stop. You know what I'm saying? But then what's been different this year is that I've been heavily involved in it. I'm not saying that I'm the catalyst or whatever, but both of us have been hungry. Like, yo, we need to do this. We need to plan this. Like, we've actually sat down and said, okay, cool. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve. We want this much views. We want this much subs by this time. These are the video ideas. Before we'd have these conversations, but nothing would come of it. I just feel like I don't know what it was in the year in the air for the year of 2026, but we just doubled down and said we are going to do this. And I feel like all the content creators have been there. I'm saying not because of us. I'm saying everyone just randomly was like, I'm focused on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been easier as well because everyone were all doing it. We're all supporting each other, all putting up to each other's videos, collabing, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what made it easier. So now it's like we're really seeing the return from it, and it's like we'd be stupid to not continue. Before we wasn't seeing nothing from it. Before it was easy to not take it seriously because a couple of views here, a couple of little money in there, but it was never. Do you know what I'm saying?
Crazy, yeah.
Now I'm not acting like we're crazy, we're raking in, but we're doing all right. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and it's another stream of income that we control.
Yeah.
Like we fully control it. We do not need a brand to email us or someone to call me, Collar, let's do this with Harry, boom, 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 boom. If we go dry and for a year brands don't want to work, don't want to work with us, our YouTube is booming. Do you know what I'm saying? We genuinely don't need that anymore. We are self-sufficient. Now we are actually a business.
Yeah.
Like Harry before was a business, but he was gun for hire. Now he's the hirer of himself. Do you know what I mean? So
I like that one.
yeah, so that's literally like there's no crazy story to it.
Yeah.
But then I say like also another like catalyst for it was like, and I keep on saying brands like they're not brands aren't your friends. Some are, and they can be good. I'm not disparaging brands or whatever, but at the end of the day, they've got a million other things that are way more important than you. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little cog in
Their machine.
their machine. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna say, okay, as we kind of get into like the final pages of our conversation, just on this piece now, because I feel where the content space is booming in its own right, and it's only going to continue on that trajectory. Also, you said a lot about brands.
yeah.
So I was going to say, if there's some brands listening now, there's some executives in decision-making positions, what would be your kind of like, not advice, but what would be your kind of words to give to them to make them realize how they now need to show up in this content creation space?
I feel like the way they need to show up now is they need to give some more creative control to the creators. A lot of the time the brands come with like briefs, that just don't make sense.
Okay.
Or they might make sense for the brand, but they won't make sense for our audience. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like things should be a lot more collaborative in terms of like, you've got an idea, let it be more of an idea rather than a finished product when you come to the talent, because then you can collaborate on it. Because a lot of things look very addy and they can be like, obviously the fans know you've been paid to do this, but at least let them enjoy what they're seeing. Like, it shouldn't be stale and very corporate and just like clean cut. You need to have a bit of ruggedness to it and a bit of fun to it. So like, even though the fans know, so make it authentic. So even though the fans know this is an ad, let them feel fun. Make it feel like they want to buy this product. They want to be involved. They don't just want to watch it up. You've been paid to that. Next. Do you know what I mean? Or like, they don't want an ad to come and be like, oh, it's an ad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it needs to, it's very difficult. I'm not going to sit and act like it's the easiest thing to make an ad not addy. But I feel like brands can do more collaboratively with the creators to make things work for their audience, because the creator knows their audience best. And the brand is trying to appeal to that audience. The brand may know how their customer base as a whole works, or like on a wider scale, but you are trying to target this creator's type of audience. So listen more to the creators. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying the creators will know how to do everything creative, because a lot of times, sometimes it is difficult to come up with ideas for certain products, because it's just like, no matter how you cut it, it's just not gonna cut through the way you want it to cut through. But sometimes it really can. Like, we done a brand deal one time with Personal, and you'd think Harry personal doesn't make sense. But the people who worked on that, I think the agency called Goat, they done very well on that. Like some brands some agencies like are actually good in terms of like their briefs and stuff like that because they made laundry fun.
Yeah.
Like, and I was really impressed by that. That's one campaign I can say like, wow, like this wasn't boring. Like Harry doing washing, like it was Harry and Usain Bolt, and like that's another like highlight. Like we just worked with so much people and so much big brands. We've done so. I can't even like things are just coming to mind here and there, but I mean that was a really good brand work experience.
Yeah. What we always love to ask our guests at the end, obviously, this is called Invisible Mentors.
Yeah.
So, personal, professional, who would you say have been like some of your mentors in your journey? I know you've been in music, you've been in content creation space, you're in the jewelry business. Who would you say are some of your biggest mentors?
I don't really feel like I've had mentors, but people that I've just looked to to want to emulate or been impressed by the things they've done. So that one of them definitely Stormzy's manager, Toby, because I've known him from way before he became Stormzy's manager. Like we was in my friend's house, my good friend Mystic's house years ago in his grandma's house, just doing nigger shit. Just as kids, not even as kids, just as like in our 20s, whatever. He's working a normal job. I'm on the roads, whatever. So I've literally seen him go from working a normal 9 to 5 to managing the biggest artists in the country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he was one person I was like, yo, like, we came from the same place. We might have not lived the exact same sort of life in terms of like the roads and stuff like that, but we're from the same place. You know what I mean? So watching him and what he done, that was a big inspiration. Giggs is definitely an inspiration from from the adversity that he overcame to become who he finally was able to become. Like all the setbacks, but he just powered through. Like he's an example of like resilience. I'm not having it. You want to block me? I'm going to do it my way. He would have been an example from like back in the day when he was doing when he was going against the system. He would have been like, bro, this is how you don't do it. Da, 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 da. But no, he went against it and made it work. Do you know what I mean? Like he changed everything. So that made me know that we don't have to be cookie cutter clean. Do you know what I mean? Like we can do things in our own way. Like not everyone has to be so perfect. Like the industry can change. Do you know what I mean? So he was someone that I could say I looked at and said, yeah, he really, that's an inspiration. And then one thing I want to say in terms of another factor for YouTube, the reason why we've gone so hard is that for years we were trying to break into TV. Like one of our main goals was like, we want Harry to have his own show on TV. I want him to be like the black James Corden, the black Graham Norton, the black what's the other one? Jonathan Ross. Yeah. But it just never happened. Like every TV opportunity was like a gun for hire, one and done. It was never we're gonna give you your show, we're gonna do this, da, da, da. Even when it comes to like stuff like football, they always want ex-legends or ex-players. It's never the people who think they know about football. It's just like if you're not an ex-player, we don't want to hear from you. So we've tried to knock down that door. It's very archaic over there. They hire the same, it's like always Anton Deck, it's the same people. You don't really see new talent coming through on TV. And we wanted to break that mold. And we were trying. It didn't work. So it's like, okay, cool. If you're not ain't gonna let us, we'll do our own thing. That's why we make our own game shows, we make our own TV shows on our own YouTube. We control everything, the production, everything's ours. We own the IP. We can do whatever we want. I'm saying, and then the world has shifted now. More people are watching YouTube than they're watching TV. Yeah. TV's in the Stone Age now. We don't really care about the TV's still nice. Don't remember the TV upcomes will do it, but it's not like we need to break TV. Don't care no more. Like we've got our own thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's another catalyst as to the reason why we really, really went headstrong with our YouTube. And then another thing I want to talk about the balance of like, you know, like I do the jewelry, Harry Pinero, I was doing music, all that sort of stuff. The balance, without Villani, that balance wouldn't have existed because he like was like, if not for him, VGKK would have probably expired because I'm doing so many other things. I can't manage my time effectively to do all the things that I'm doing. So if not for him, like he's like a powerhouse when it comes to like, I rate him so much because he's younger than me. And he learned everything on the job. Like, and he learned it to the point where I can now sometimes I can't even remember certain things. I'm like, yo, like, how did we do this again? Like, VGKK, he built the black. Obviously, I had my part to play.
Yeah.
But if not for him, there's no VGKK. I'd be so
Nah,
real.
I rate that. Yeah, it's
Nah,
always
I'd
good.
be so
Yeah, it's
real.
always good to have a co-founder
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Not always
literally.
good, but like for different industry, but
Yeah.
it's good to have a co-founder in it that
Yeah.
you could just lean on, especially
Yeah,
with
no,
investments and
100%.
stuff
Like,
No,
he
100%. And that-
really helped grow the brand, like,
yeah.
to like a level that we're at now. I don't think I would have been able to do that by myself. Or if I wasn't with him, if it was someone else, say like it was Tony, we still wouldn't be BGKK.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's instrumental. That's when they give him. So when you talk about, I wouldn't say he's not a mentor, but that's another person like
Big impact.
big impact
Yeah.
in the stuff. Like I say, I've got people that have impacted my life
Yeah.
that have made me something. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's probably a better way to say it.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
No, shout out
Been
below.
a proper good, shout out below, man. Hey, proper good conversation. Yeah, man. Where could people find you on socials, the jewelry page?
My personal page and jewelry page, because when I started jewelry, I already had a bit of a following on my personal page, so I just made it my jewelry page. So obviously, me and Villani started separately. There's Karat K _K_, and there's the Villani. Actually, the Villani the Iceman, he changed his Instagram to Villani the Iceman, but it's the same business. Like, we need to work on the branding because having two separate Instagrams. But what joy is, that's another thing that I can even say. Like, everyone says branding's got to be a certain way, or things have to be done a certain way. We have two separate Instagrams. We look like two different entities. However, it works.
It works.
Like, it works for us. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but it works for us. So if you want to check out our stuff, Karat _K _Villani the Iceman on Instagram, and also we have another page, VGKK _jewelers.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how you find me.
Yeah,
That's where we at.
Nah, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with regards to the rest of 2026, what can we look out for from in the jewelry game?
Jewelry wise,
and also
just look
in
out for
the Harry game.
big pieces. Like, we've got so much coming, like disgusting. Man. I feel like recently I've really been back in my design bag. I feel like there was a period where like I wasn't as creative. Right now, creative. My creative juices are going. So look for a lot of big pieces that we're doing, standout jewelry. Harry just more content. Like, because with Harry, I wouldn't say that it's like an overarching plan. We're just doing what we're doing, powering through, thinking of new concepts. Things come through every day that you might see. Like, we might be doing something crazy tomorrow because like you get emails 24/7. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like just watch this space. Things are gonna keep happening. Gonna keep elevating. Like, I've never, like, you're not gonna see me here, and in the next 6 months I'm still here. Like, I'm unpopular. I always in life. So
Constantly reinventing.
yeah, constantly reinventing, constantly going up. I don't even say that to be big-headed. It's just more of a thing where like I feel like I have set up my life in a way where like I'm always going forward. Like, I'm not one of them people that's like, okay, cool, this is my list of goals and I have to do this and da. I wish I was, but I just feel like the mentality that I have, it just works for me. Like, I'm not the old conventional manager or your conventional entrepreneur, because I'm not one of them people that, oh yeah, my goals for 2026 and not to diss it, but it's like that's just not me. Like, I just do
it your way.
I just get on with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in my head, I know what I want to do and what I'm gonna achieve. I don't write it down. It's just I just do me and I'm here.
Yeah. Nah, man. Appreciate that, bro.
No, appreciate Kola, you've been our invisible mentor.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Hey.